This podcast is rated MA. It may contain coarse language, sexual situations, and fantasy violence. It is not recommended for persons under 17. Welcome to another episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse, Rage Across St. Louis. This is episode 4, Caern Business. This is Kirk, and I am the storyteller for Werewolf the Apocalypse.
This is Seth, and I'll be playing Dax Gibbons.
I'm Mary, playing the character Blaze.
I'm Julia, and I'm playing Abigail Morningkill. Oh, I only have 5, so I'm going to save.
I didn't spend any last week.
Right.
I spent
I spent everything last week.
I spent all, oh yeah, you used the last 5 on something.
Well, I spent 11 total because I needed more rage. No, I have 3 left. I have the 3 we got last week.
I had 2 left over, and then we got 3, so I have 5. Why did I put got honey? Oh,
Because you got some honey.
that's why we got it. I was like, why does it say got honey on there? Because the bear was just poo.
All we had to do was give us a paracord, and it would have given us.
Yeah, it was very Winnie the Pooh. So hopefully it doesn't turn off any fans that were like, that's so cheesy. But you got to get dealing with spirits. That's what happens. Deal with murder spirits, you got to go murder somebody. Deal with a bear spirit, you got to get some honey.
It's just how it
Possibly
works.
murder somebody.
Possibly.
Depends on the bear. What kind of mood it's in. Go kill a salmon. It's really hard for me to say that word right because there's a game I've been playing that has it written out in the game, and every time I see that word written out, it's like sword. Every time I see it written out, I
Salmon.
want to pronounce the fucking silent letters.
Sword.
Right, sword and salmon. And I'm like, I have to like fight that instinct.
Hello, Mr. Salmon.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you sound smart. Unfortunately, there's a lot of words like when you're a kid and you get most of your vocabulary through reading, and then you try to use that vocabulary out loud, and you have no idea how to. You know exactly what that word means, but people still look at you like an idiot because you don't know how to pronounce it. That happened to me a lot.
Note to game companies, put a pronunciation guide with anything that's out of the ordinary. If you've made a word up, make a
Anything
pronunciation
non-English,
guide.
really, at all. If you can't find it in the dictionary.
Right. Google it. If it doesn't come up, you need to do a pronunciation guide.
My phone.
Character names in some fantasy,
Right.
please.
I wish that people would do that when they're reading audiobooks. Like, go ask the fucking author, how do you pronounce
Yeah.
this? Because you're all over the place, and it's driving me insane. And none of them are how I think it should be pronounced, so it's driving me insane.
That's really funny.
Something awesome happened yesterday. I've been rewatching Big Wolf on Campus because it's a terrible, terrible show. But and I realized that it was like I love it because it happened to be on TV when I got home from school, like, and it was like the poor Canadian version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Only it didn't take itself seriously at all. It was hilarious. But there was an episode in the second season where which was where Corey Haim is playing Corey Haim the vampire, he's just like, no, I'm totally Corey Haim hanging out. It's awesome. And then he ended up being a vampire in the end. I was like, and then he made a Lost Boy reference. He was like, once you've been in Lost Boys. And I was like, everything is amazing right now.
All right, Abigail, you bought Mother's Touch. Mm-hmm. Anything else you upgraded with experience so far?
My alertness is up to 2
Okay.
From nothing.
from none.
And Dax?
Upgraded perception. Okay, perception up to 3.
All right, Dax, what have you increased with experience since we started?
Perception.
Alertness.
What is it now?
3.
Perception.
And anything else?
Nope.
And Blaze?
I bought 2 points of rage.
So you're up to...
I'm up to 7. I'm up to 8. Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought the 6th and 7th. I paid 6 and 7, so I'm up to 8. Yes.
Okay.
Counting dots is hard.
Then I will upgrade those later. Character sheets and put them on. So basically you are walking away from the bear who is going back into his den to eat honey and relax. The sun in the Umbra is not very bright. The moon is always still kind of visible, except for on like the day of the new moon, then it's not. So you guys have patrol duty to go around and check for anything odd, anything out of the ordinary. It's up to you guys. You guys are taking the entire thing in the Umbra. Everybody else is doing physical world stuff. So where do you want to start? Northwest, south, east?
Left.
It's up to you guys.
Can we find some water, some spirit water to wash honey off of me? I don't want to be sticky though.
You're not
It's gonna
sure.
be-
You're not sure. Perception.
Wait. I have an idea. Go back to the bees and tell them to take it off of you so they can have it back.
No.
Just saying. They'd probably be able to take back their honey. They might appreciate it. I don't know. You might still be sticky, but stand still.
What is my heart? What is my target?
Uh,
What is my hardness? Was the word I was going to use for some reason.
that I don't
Wrong.
know.
And it might-
Perception and
Alertness.
yeah,
Okay.
or primal urge if you're looking for water in the spirit world. It's the only reason I would say because it's a different terrain.
It's the same roll.
Okay. Difficulty 7.
4.
4
I
successes.
did
Wow.
good.
You are able to travel a little bit north, and there is what would have been a dry riverbed in the real world is actually a riverbed.
Okay, and then I wash the honey off. I just assumed that's going to be a pain in the butt later. It's going to get like full of leaves, and I don't want to lick it off.
Might be good camouflage.
No.
If you had leaves stuck to you.
That's true.
Although it's spirit honey, so maybe it never actually crystallizes. Maybe it just stays honey.
Sticky forever?
Yeah.
Might. All right. Perception and alertness to those who are standing around watching her clean the honey off her hands vigorously in this very crystal clear pool of running river of water. God, I can
Remember,
talk
I am a
tonight.
rich girl. I don't like being dirty.
Well, I'm consistent. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 7.
Okay, I'm still in lupus form. That doesn't matter. I got 1.
2.
2. With 1 you feel like you're being watched.
Okay.
So you're kind of looking around. With 2 you spot what looks like a figure standing down river. And they're not trying to hide, but they are not trying to be obvious. It looks like a person kind of with a mask on, like one of the plague masks from
From like the European
Renaissance times.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks like
there's-
a weird bird.
Yeah, weird bird person face thing. Yeah, it's just kind of watching you guys with a very like head cocked to the side, like a long cloak of feathers on, watching her scrub her hands vigorously. And as you're doing this, you are also noticing, Abigail, that there are slow moving large, I guess, fish in the water that are watching you do this as well. Just watching you, they're not
Doing
attacking or
They're just
anything.
paying attention that we're around.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to finish up and probably go ahead and shift into...
You're in Kronos, right?
yeah.
I have to admit, I don't remember what I'm in.
I thought you were in Hispo.
Hispo? Sounds good.
That or lupus, one of the two.
I'm going to go down to Lupus.
Okay. You shrink back down and shake off the water, and you all three are standing there at the river's edge.
Does anybody know where the edges of this terrain we're supposed to be patrolling are?
No.
Like, is that something we could just tell, or...
Maybe.
Should we go try to find an edge and then
Yeah, probably.
and then go from there?
Yeah,
You want to go talk to the guy with the beak?
Probably not.
it's up to you guys. You're a little bit north of the mounds that you normally know of.
It's gonna be my giggle word, and I'm sorry. Every time you say it, Kirk.
Mounds.
Yep, mounds.
What do you guys want to do?
I say we leave him alone. It alone.
Okay.
And find the edge and do what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. It seems to be,
Just watching, just like the fish were. I guess if the fish were being hostile, I'd be like a little worried, but they were just staring at me. So I'm
Yeah.
assuming this guy's just curious. And if he has a problem, he'll follow us.
All right.
All right, which direction?
North.
I say as long as we're already a little bit north, we might as well go further
Yeah.
north and find that edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys take off all in two lupus and Hispo?
Hispo, yeah.
All right. Just a few minutes later, you guys get to what you think is the northern edge of this. There's not much of a boundary, but you do see several little piles of rocks that when you're at one, you can see the next one down off a little bit. And it looks just a little different. Like the grass is just a little greener on the inside. On the other side, it's just a little less, I guess. Whose belly was that? Or-
That was my throat, actually. Sorry.
Oh my god.
so the mics are really picking up weird
Yeah.
things.
I don't know what that was.
It feels like it's not picking up everything that I'm saying. I feel
Right.
like I'm in a can until I get up really close.
And yet, the small gargle that I felt rather than heard in my throat apparently was
That was
audible.
very audible. All right, so you guys are at the top edge of what you think is the
And did she say
boundary.
where we needed to patrol?
We were. I think she put us in charge of the Umbra, which means we should probably circle the whole thing if we can.
All right.
And we're here for 24 hours, so we probably have time to circle the
Right.
whole thing.
Let's
do
go
it.
east.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that left? No, that's right. Damn.
You guys take off. Perception alertness for your first.
But we're -2 when we're
Volley.
in lupus, right?
Well, the difficulty drops by
This
2.
is Easier.
Oh, it's easier.
Difficulty
Yeah.
7.
So it becomes 5 when you're in lupus form.
3.
3 successes.
I got 2.
2.
1.
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. You guys are continuing through, and everything seems fine. The line seems unbroken, and it looks like almost nothing has crossed the grass in a while. Either way.
That's a good thing.
Yep. Perception and alertness.
Ooh.
2.
1.
1.
1, 2. Nothing out of the ordinary pops up. With the 2, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. You guys continue on.
Okay.
Another perception alertness.
2.
Same
3.
difficulty.
2.
Nothing out of the ordinary. It looks like it's pretty solid. Like nothing, if anything's on the other side, it may have skirted up next to it and then backed off. Stuff on the inside doesn't look like it's crossed over at all. Like it's nicer here than it would be outside. Another jaunt.
Another 2.
2.
3.
The 3, as you guys are as you're continuing along, you notice that there is some activity as you guys are, I guess, running parallel with the boundary. Off to your right, you see some commotion of like things all seem to be sort of heading in one direction. There's a couple birds, there's a deer, and they all seem to be not running away from something, but possibly to something. They're all kind of converging
And that's on the inside
on
of
the
the
inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we investigate?
Oh, we should
We should
investigate. I'm
absolutely
heading
investigate.
Okay. You guys peel off and start heading in the same direction as the few animals you see. Keep getting closer. You notice there's other animals converging as well. And you get to sort of a clearing, and everybody has picked a position around this clearing, and there's nothing in the clearing. And they're all sort of like gazing at something that's not there.
Now, how does communication with animals and stuff in the
The
spirit
spirit
world?
world is pretty easy. It's
So we can just
this
talk
is all
to them.
thought, yeah.
Okay.
Most of the animals are anamorphic. They have
Okay.
personalities and
So I'm going to
wishes
communicate.
and desires.
What have you guys found?
There's many spirits here who you're trying to talk to.
What is
Birds, deer,
Which ones look maybe the
a
most
badger, a porcupine, a raccoon.
the least focused on the thing? Are they all pretty much the same?
Really quick perception alertness as you're looking around all these trying to figure out who's not watching what's going on a whole lot.
I'm going to try a deer.
Okay.
I'm just going to look around and try to figure out what's going on.
Also roll.
If you want.
I gotta-
You're talking to the deer.
Yes.
It kind of moves to the side, but its eyes are doing this strange, like phased out glowing sort of thing. And then it goes right back to looking toward the center of the clearing.
You know what?
They're, and as you notice, they're all sort of like that. Their eyes are all sort of glowing. And you've seen this before one other time, but I don't know if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to say screw it. I'm just going to try to break through and see what they do if I interrupt the...
Go into the circle.
Yeah.
Their eyes are glowing like the people were for the
Right.
angel of death.
Perception. What would you get in your perception alertness?
1.
1. Okay.
But
You-
if we break the thing, maybe they'll stop.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
You do a little hop into the middle of the clearing and kind of run around, and they don't seem to be paying attention to you. And then all at once, they all kind of look to the side, like they're all looking at the same spot, and something is moving around where you're at, but you're not sure what it is. Perception and alertness, everybody.
Maybe happening in the real world?
That was my thought.
Yep.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 6.
I got
2.
3.
3.
2.
You all kind of notice as you're bounding around in the middle of this thing and kind of like, what are they going after? You're on the outskirt of the clearing, back where you guys, well, behind where you guys are and where you're looking back at them, is the guy with the bird sort of beak thing, and he's walked up kind of behind them and is kind of watching you bound around with a very curious look on his face, like, what are you doing? What's up?
Do we notice him?
Yeah, you guys, because she's like ears perk up, and you guys kind of look around, and he's just standing there watching her.
I'm going to try to talk to him.
I'll chill here and make sure that I have him.
She freezes.
Say, hey, man, you know what's going on?
They're watching a fight, I believe.
On the other side?
Yes.
Can you see it?
And his eyes slowly start to glow a little bit. And he starts talking really loud. I'm going to try not to blow our eardrums out. But he's like, yes, I see what they're looking at. It's several werewolves fighting each other. It's very impressive. And they all kind of look to one corner. And it looks back again like someone's being tossed around or more people are joining in or something. And then he's like, ooh. And they all kind of, you hear the coo sort of go through the whole crowd. And then, they all flinch at the same time.
And this is well within the boundaries of the
You're in like a
sept.
little, yeah. You're in a little like coliseum of spirit animals who are all looking, watching what's going on. Kind of around her.
Right.
I'm like in the middle of the fight if it had been happening in the spirit world.
Right.
Because I'm a dick like that. Apparently.
Can you tell they're both werewolves?
They all are. He says, it takes him a little bit. He goes, yes, they all are. You need to peek into the real world.
But
How do we do that?
how do you do that? Yeah.
Somebody did that before.
Was it me? No. Was it?
Somebody had, yeah.
When you guys were in the city
And
and someone looked through to see what was
I
happening
thought it
in
was
the real
you
world.
Oh,
who
what?
looked through, or maybe it was me. Somebody was able to look through and actually see. No, it was me because I was like,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, there's a thing going on. How did I do that?"
Make your eyes glow.
Peeking.
Well, hang on, let me.
Sneaking.
I gotta remember. All right, so concentration and
Beamy eyes. It's a skill. Find
It's a
it.
skill. I don't
You have
see
4
that.
dots and
No.
Well, there is a place you could write that in.
beamy eyes.
a gnosis roll against a difficulty equal to the gauntlet.
2.
Okay, which is probably weird that I succeeded because my gnosis is probably the lowest of this
I was saying,
group.
I have 4.
I
so-
have 3.
Roll them if you want to peek.
I will roll.
Can we all do it?
Yep.
So
He
we just
basically
roll
tells you how.
gnosis. That's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Difficulty is 2.
so I got 3.
3.
I got 4.
Hang on, I gotta get on my dice.
Basically, don't
It takes
fail.
one, yeah.
right.
Oh, I forgot he's got high gnosis.
Right. Don't botch.
I got a whole bunch.
Yeah.
You guys are concentrating in the center of this, and all of a sudden, the colors get duller, and you see several werewolves fighting, and they're all in Kronos form. Most of you realize that it is Dark Tree That Laughs is being beat up on by the sovereigns. Like, they're all there, and they're all taking turns swiping at him and like passing him around.
So he doesn't have any defenders.
No, and he's trying his best. Looks like he's pretty shredded right now, and he's being whacked back and forth, and he's not putting up a terrible fight, but he is trying to defend himself, and it's not going well.
I can fix this. We just have to go there.
Right. I feel like we should go there.
Yep.
Okay, I can.
I feel like this is. I mean, yeah. No, I don't like this.
Okay, then as long as we're all in agreement, we'll go over there and I'll talk our way out of this, or make everybody laugh, depending on how I feel.
Gnosis.
All right.
Difficulty 2. Does one person want to lead the entire group through, or do you all want
Oh,
to go
I just
separate?
rolled. Well, yeah, I got all 8.
He's gonna lead us through.
Okay.
He's been leading us through the whole time because
You would leave that as default from now on?
yes,
Yes.
because
Okay. You guys instantly pop through.
he has more than twice my gnosis.
I would have made it, but yeah.
Right. I would have too, but only because we're here.
Right. Anything 3 or above is instantaneous, so whoosh, it just switches and you guys are all there. And you hear it now. It's loud and you hear everything, and they're basically belittling him, calling him a coward, a traitor, treason, and they are all taking swipes at him as he falls into the one side. Someone takes a chunk out of his fur, and they're not pulling their punches as much.
Okay, I'm going to use my gift persuasion
Okay.
to.
I'm gonna jump in front of him.
Okay. Initiative.
What?
It is your wits plus alertness.
Well, we have to get involved in this in order for you to act
Well,
on
I'm not
it.
getting involved.
Wits and
Well,
alertness.
I mean, I will outside is what I
Right.
mean.
Wits and alertness.
And you roll 1 10-sider and add it to them.
Wits and
Everybody should probably roll just to be safe. If you want to speakify, then
I got 14.
Say
I
that
rolled
again.
really well. You roll 1d10 and then add your wits plus alertness total.
12.
Alertness.
Okay. 15.
This is is not the page that I have the thing written down on. I should turn to the page I have the thing written down on.
Not the page you were
Okay.
looking for.
We have a three-way tie between the Sovereigns, Dark Tree, and Abigail. Everybody got those. All got 15s, and then it's Blazing Dex. So, at the same time, the Sovereigns take another huge chunk out of him. You guys have basically popped in. You're going to get a surprise, whatever.
A surprise round.
So you see this happen again. He gets batted to one side and he goes down to one knee, and he is trying to rein in his rage. You all see this very clearly, that he is biting his tongue or whatever he's trying to do. Keep calm. Abigail.
Which is impressive, because I don't think I could take that much pain without blowing
Right.
up.
And humiliation
Right.
and whatever else they're dishing out.
Give me 1 second.
It's almost like they're trying to goad him into attacking, and then they could kill him with just cause.
I need to figure out what persuasion actually does. It's my first time using it.
Coward. Treason. Pussy. Loser.
Okay, it doesn't have anything about the actual
Mechanics.
like mechanics, but it just says that.
It wasn't in the second paragraph, it was underneath.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Oops. All right.
Oh, charisma plus subterfuge. Difficulty 7. Success lowers the difficulty of all social rolls by 1 for the rest of the scene and allows successful rolls to have uncommonly strong impact.
Okay. You will also use your Pure Breed. Each point of Pure Breed adds an extra dice to formal challenges, such as rank challenges, and social roles involving other Garou.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
Charisma.
so this is without the extra dice. This is your Charisma Subterfuge, difficulty 7. And this will reduce this will be a bonus to your difficulty rolls.
2.
So it's -2 to everything I give you, and then you have 4 additional dice to use whenever you're using Persuasion. Or
Now, does
whatever.
that take up one of? Do I still get an action? Was that an action? For the
That's going to be
gift?
automatic. That stuff is. Gifts tend to be reflexive.
I say, yeah, unless they specifically, some of them will
Right.
specifically say, like, I have one that says spend an action to
Right.
do this, and then, but
Okay.
Right. These are all mystical. So you can use your charisma or manipulation, and
I'm going to use charisma and expression or perform. I'm going to do performance to try to convince them.
do you have any leadership?
Um,
No, you don't.
no. I do have inspiration. Well, that's not really going to do us much good, but that's okay. I have a lot of dice I'm rolling.
Okay. Difficulty is an 8. They are all
1.
super hot.
but it's dropped by 2 for you.
Oh yeah.
So it's 6.
6.
And that includes your extra 4 pure breed dice?
3.
3.
I rolled a lot of 5s.
You get them to halt for 1 round.
Okay. All I'm going to say is, hey, stop first, and maybe I can get them to.
Okay,
more
that
later.
lets you do what you want to do real quick. This is kind of surprise round. You guys get a free action sort of thing. As they don't know you're there. All of a sudden you are there. You say your piece, they all turn around and look at you.
I'm going to take the time to change into Kranos form,
Okay,
because I haven't done that yet.
Oh, I had.
yes, you are all in lupus, so you're...
No,
Fortunately, they understand you.
Yeah.
I'm in Hispo.
You are on big dire wolf form. Yes.
Which still means you can't talk, but
True.
yeah, I'm gonna take my action to change form.
We're just the cuter version of talking. It's like cute barkiness.
He's like 6 foot tall at the shoulders.
As a wolf? As a.
Huge.
Oh, you're
Dire
you're
wolf. Yeah.
It's a dire wolf. This is the wolf that people have seen in American Werewolf in London.
Oh, he's big.
So at the end, when he comes out of the theater and bites the head off of a police officer that's standing straight up, that's how tall this thing is. It's all muscle. It is terrifying.
You're big.
Thank you.
It's not the dire wolves you would think in Game of Thrones. They're just
Right, they're just big
tall
wolves.
This thing is like
More like gigantic. It's more the dire wolf in the sense of gigantic wolf
on
with
here
like
somewhere.
bone spurs happening, like huge
it's
and
that one.
angry.
There in the left, right?
No,
that's
because
it.
these
No,
are all.
that's this
There
one.
actually isn't anything in dire wolf form. No, yes, that's in dire wolf because that's a regular wolf
Yeah,
over there.
yeah.
Anyway,
Look meaner too.
what does it take to turn into change form? Is a roll
it is primal urge and stamina.
stamina.
Difficulty is going to be 6 for Kronos, and you need to get 2 successes or more.
I did.
How many?
I got 2.
Okay.
I got 2.
It takes you a turn to get to it.
Okay.
If you had 3, I think it's a little more instantaneous.
That's
so
fine.
she spends her
Excuse
time popping
Hulking
bones
up.
and everything.
Yeah.
Since we had the drop on him, I'm gonna spring Ice Echo, make it seem like there's 4 of us rather than.
Okay. Are you still going to jump in front?
Yes.
It's
I don't think Ice Echo
simultaneous.
does No cost or anything to that?
No cost to that.
He's flailing about while he jumps through.
Yeah.
So,
There's another of me.
you have Streetwise? You do have Streetwise,
yes.
I thought. How about Dexterity and Streetwise to get a good defensive formation around this guy as he's...
I have to find it. Dex, you said?
Yeah, unless you want to do Intelligence or Wits or something. I'd say because you're literally leaping to his side to kind of catch him and then have extra versions of you.
Difficulty?
Difficulties of 5.
4.
Okay. You do this. You leap in front, and then like 3 others of you surround this guy. All right, top of the turn.
Me?
Everybody's going with you. Yeah.
I guess I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to try to talk them down, or at least some of them, so that we can
Okay.
have less difficulty. 6 still?
Yes.
4. And this time I'm going to say, whatever quarrel you have, the elders can settle.
This is none of your business. This is a tribe matter. Shadow Lord to Shadow Lord.
Is this how it works, though? Like, do they generally tribes interfight? I thought that you were so bonded that usually you don't.
Tribes not necessarily. Packs, absolutely,
Right.
but
Tribes
tribes
not
are
really.
still fractal forces. It's tribes are more nations.
Right.
Like you can still have
Okay,
different
I see.
Democrats and Republicans. I mean, it's
Right. And the form is can be done dual wise or whatever they're doing here. You're not sure. The only time there's officially no infighting is during war. Like if the sept is under attack, then everything just gets set aside, sort of thing. No challenges during wartime, that sort of stuff.
You should name drop your dad.
I don't know if that'll work.
The purebred is kind of doing it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
telling my dad.
No, I'm just going to say that he would be very pleased to find out that you're injuring somebody to this extent. To quarrel is one thing. You're going to kill him
on sept grounds.
on sept grounds. Thank you.
He's worthless, someone else says. A traitor.
Maybe you're
He
worthless.
turned his back on us. He's not defending himself. He just kind of looks at the ground.
Ah, shit.
He's not like, yeah, fuck you.
That's good because
he
otherwise
looks-
I would want to slap him.
He looks generally like he's done something, or you're not sure.
But isn't this still something, if it's bad enough that you're going to beat him to a pulp, is it not still something that should be handled in higher forms? If it's this bad, if it's just he stole your trinket, I could understand you beating him up, maybe not to death, but obviously it's a big enough deal that maybe it should be taken up higher, right? Makes sense.
Grr.
Grr. I'm the talky one. I'm the politician.
That's right.
I'll roll again if you need me to.
We'll roll etiquette and probably manipulation because you're really trying
Okay.
to force this, and the difficulty is going to be 8. So it's
But I got a -3 to manipulation. So is that 3 dice off, or is that...
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay, that's fine. I got high
because you're in
manipulation.
Kronos.
or she's in lupus. but-
Lupus, yes.
yeah.
You're trying to do this
Lying
very
is
complex.
hard in
You're trying to do this very complex oration as a
wolf.
wolf.
It's fine. I still got really high dice, actually. That's etiquette, you said?
Yes.
And then this. Okay. Difficulty 8.
Difficulty is going to be 8. So it's actually
I got 1.
Does her social rules still drop that by 2?
the social. Yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
So that becomes 6?
1, 2, 3.
You're doing all this through body language. It's very odd.
But it's working.
It is working somehow. On some werewolf dog level, you have
Growled my way.
snarled and like
Raised my eyebrows and wagged my tail.
your hackles are down, but your tail's up. It's very odd. National Geographic could do a whole series on this.
I'm just good at my job. It's fine.
It almost seems like she's communicating with the others in higher forms. Yes, they stop. Fine. We'll bring this to the group, to the council.
Thank you. Do you need to be escorted? Can I trust you?
Get him out of our sight.
I was just gonna say we can take him.
Okay, we shall do that then.
I move through the crowd trying to clear a path to get to him, and that way we can
Yep.
leave the same way.
What form is he in?
He's in Kronos form.
Oh,
So
then I
he's
can't pick him up
slowly-
with my mouth.
Slowly healing up now.
No, but he's still mobile.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
He's not fighting. He's
Right.
pretty beat up though, bleeding and everything.
So yeah, I make way so that you can lead him out, and then we can gather around and
They don't look like they're going to let him walk through their circle.
right, which is why I'm going to push my way through it. Not lethally, just shoulder my way through.
There are 4 of me.
Intimidation and manipulation.
Okay. I have those things. Not a whole lot of those things, but I have those things.
Sorry.
Difficulty?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I have more of those things.
Difficulty is going to be their rage, so it's an 8.
Oh wait, intimidation and manipulation.
Manipulation, yeah, it's going to be intimidation of some kind. Strength, maybe.
Can
if
I?
you're
Yeah,
just
I say,
kinda
can I
bully
strength?
right through.
Because that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm also
Yeah.
in Krynos form, so I'm not trying to be manipulative here. I'm just sort of being like, nope, you're not standing in front of me. Okay,
You
so
should.
so that's
Slap a puppy.
more dice.
Difficulty's still 8, though.
That's fine.
Because they're all pissed.
Right? No, I understand, but this way I
I'm
have
sure they're even more
9
mad.
dice to roll
Our
instead of
rank is
2.
yelling at them. Sure, it's not helping.
Right. That's,
Any-
there we go.
Don't
Can I
mind-
spend a will? No.
Any of your pure breed will help with this, too.
Oh,
And
I have
don't
one.
my social roles move over to her? It's inspiration because everybody, isn't it? Or it's persuasion.
Yeah, it's just.
But I do have inspiration. Is that ongoing?
That may have to be activated as well.
And you said I was looking for 8s.
Yes.
I got at least 2. I think I got 2. No, I got 3.
3?
I got 3.
You barely push through. They are not giving an inch. But you get through, he goes through, you go through, and Abigail kind of trots between the legs.
Can I shift? Wait, can I use my gifts at any form?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and Mother's Touch him to make him not be bleeding out.
Okay. It is aggravated damage. He's got a lot of it.
Can't I do that?
I would suggest
Waiting.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would try to silently be like, not yet, not yet. Let's wait till we're out of here.
Okay. I just don't want him to
She
bleed
turns
out.
to you slightly and goes, "Grr."
Right.
Okay.
Just because that might seem like a provocation to them.
Yeah, that's
actively helping this person that they're like getting him out of here is one thing. Escorting him as a prisoner isn't one thing, but actively healing him would probably be harder for them to stomach.
Okay.
They are not following. They're not moving. They're all just standing there, not even turning. They're kind of looking over their shoulder at you as you take him away.
All right, so you want to lead us back into the Umbra and away from the homicidal? Would that be lupicidal?
Lupicidal.
Woo.
Canicidal?
Yeah, canicidal.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
Garuicidal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Garicidal.
All right. They all sort of grab your tail. Difficulties 2.
We've got him under the
I'll
arms,
eat.
like.
All right. You guys have been instantly gone. And poof, you're in the middle of a lot of spirits who are all like watching you guys like, holy cow, ooh, he saved. She talked her way out of that one. I've never seen that done before. And there is a slow clap
Oh, God.
going on.
I don't know how.
And
There's
it's-
like hooves and wings and like it's just weird.
This is the bird sort of fellow is
That's what I
standing. And he's got a big grin on his face.
The hooves are cloaked in together.
He's normal size and he's a humanoid for all intents and purposes, but his face is sort of elongated into a bird, like his nose is more of a beak.
So can we tell if he's a spirit or do we think he's just...
They're all spirits, yeah.
Yeah, I
And
wonder
he
what
is some
is
sort
then.
of very different anthropomorphic being,
Okay.
and he's smiling and clapping. Well done.
Thanks.
Well, we survived, and
Not
you
to
know,
pack myself.
so
pat
did
myself
you.
On the back. No, just kidding.
Now you want to heal him?
I'm gonna heal him.
I now explain my reasoning as to why I stopped you before.
Makes sense.
I don't have Mother's Touch on my thing yet, so I'm not
You
sure
do
how
not.
it works.
Yes,
Yes, there's an index of
there's
charms.
a separate index of gifts.
Gifts. Damn it.
Too much exalted, Kirk.
Charms.
I love Exalted so much.
What is his rage? And this says that each success heals one level of lethal, bashing, or aggravated damage.
Good.
The healer may even heal fresh battle scars in this manner if the gift is applied during the same scene in which the scar is received. But you have to spend an extra gnosis point.
This is the same scene we're going to say. He does have some, and he does not want to keep them for this.
Okay, so then I will spend the extra gnosis.
Yeah, it's not very honorable or anything. His rage is, I'm going to say it's 8. Yeah. His rage is, actually it's 9, I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That's...
Yeah, it's big because he is one of the guardians. He's in around,
I am currently more impressed that he managed to hold his temper.
right, he's,
Either you know you did wrong, or
I didn't get anything. I mean, that's a really tough roll.
yeah, it is. You can always spend a willpower point to get an automatic success.
Can I try one more time?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try again and spend a willpower.
You didn't botch, you didn't have any ones, did
No.
you? Okay, yeah.
2.
2 successes. Some of the worst ones heal up, and he looks a lot better. He says, thank you.
So, do we get to ask, since we pulled your ass out of a circle of gang rape?
That's not how I would put it, but okay.
I'd rather not talk about it, but I guess I owe you.
Damn right.
He says, it's a falling out between me and the Sovereigns. I used to be one of them until about a year ago when we were out on a mission, and Mateo was supposed to cover Marcus. For some reason, Mateo did not cover Marcus, and I arrived shortly after to see Marcus dead. Mateo was covered in gore, and Marcus had been shredded by
Claws, fangs.
claws, yeah, and it looks like a werewolf. However, the rest of it is all blurry. I remember walking in and seeing him, and then my memory is gone. So I don't know what happened if I blacked out, which is very dishonorable. I don't know if I went into a rage, but Marcus was not hurt or killed. So because of this, I decided to leave the Sovereigns and do my penance as a guardian. So I joined the wall. And from that, I have received the blame, partial blame, or anger from Growling Bear that I was part of the reason why his son was killed. So that is a lot of the fuel behind the Shadow Lords hating the Silver Fangs right now. And that we are new, and that we are possibly usurping, or all kinds of things have happened because of this. It's been a huge, bad thing.
I'm surprised they weren't mad at me then. I'm a silver fang.
They probably are at one point, at some level.
You're just new and haven't done
You are
anything
new.
specifically that they can point at and go, bitch.
Right.
Well, now that I have.
They do.
Now they have, yeah.
They do respect the chain of command. That's the one thing Shadow Lords will do. They will work within the system to change it if they have to. That's how we work. Unfortunately, a lot of Shadow Lords will do things underhanded or sneaky, where Silverfangs will just do it and make it policy, and then you're just stuck. That's what's going on, and that's what's happened. And every time I'm out alone and they catch me, there's nothing I can say because I don't remember.
Did you ever try to lay any of this at Mateo?
He doesn't talk about it either.
I don't trust your brother. I'm just going to throw that out there. I don't like him. I don't trust him. He's a dick.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Just as long as we're on the same page.
So he is very adamant about not having done anything, but he
personally feels like he's...
if he remembers or if he knows, he's not saying.
Mateo is not, offering
So-
any information.
If something happened to him too, or we got into a fight, or we both, raged, and now we just can't remember. I don't know. We don't know. But he's not saying one way or the other, and that might be his ego as a Silver Fang.
Makes sense, but...
Well, I mean, have you met the guy? He's a douche.
He was my former packmate. We were all new together.
I feel really bad for you.
So I see him a little differently, but I don't know if I blame him. I don't know. It's a weird place.
I mean, he did just release a really terrible spirit for us to chase down and almost kill us.
That is
newbies.
very strange, too.
So are you sure that maybe this is not...
That is out of his... He can be a douchebag, but it doesn't seem like it's something that he would do.
He's not usually a relatively
Instigator?
self-destructive,
Right.
instigative douchebag.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be an instigator. He's a frat boy. He kind of goes along with whatever the leading group is doing. And when we were all
And
in
then
a
just
pack
throws
together,
some extra mockery in.
right? And when we were all in a pack together, he was fine. He tended to be okay, but after this, he kind of spiraled out of control. And
How long ago was it?
it's about a year ago.
Did anything significant happen?
Since none of us can remember what happened, there was
Oh, it's
nothing
been
really
since that.
levied.
Okay.
But it's created a lot of bad blood in
Right.
the tribe. So
Okay.
Well, you
Was-
should probably get... Oh, sorry. go
No,
ahead.
I'm trying to get things straight in my own head as a player. Was there a vampire involved?
There was.
We
We were tracking a
the three of them
vampire.
were tracking a vampire. Okay, so
And when
and
we
you
got
don't know
there-
what happened to the vampire?
no, he was gone.
Vampire mind control?
It's possible.
Possibly. When we got there, we split up. One took the perimeter. Mateo was supposed to cover Marcus and decided to do something else, which sometimes he does. He will buck the system because he's in control, or he wants to be the leader. He's always been told he's the leader, so that's what he does. But it's never been anything that's gotten anybody killed until that point, and then after that, he acts very weird. He acts very alien almost, like he doesn't, like it's bothering him, or I don't know. Or he did do it. I don't know. That's the other thing.
Has this been brought up to anybody of authority or any of the elders or anything? Or has this kind of just been swept under the rug just between you guys?
Your father kind of swept it under the rug.
Oh, that's awesome.
Makes sense, though. If nobody has anything concrete to prove anything against
Yeah, why?
what is possibly an accusation against his own son,
Yeah,
which would
why
damage
pull?
his own position
Yeah.
within the pack. God, I hate politics.
Werewolf politics or something else, too.
Yeah, this is all new. Don't like it.
This has been my life. I would get.
I
in
like my
trouble.
life better than yours, and I haven't said that very often.
The bird spirit standing behind is kind of like doing this head thing, like, are you done yet? You gonna tell them about the thing? And finally he says it, are you going to tell them about your Sep's history and maybe why her father is not joining them in their anger? Kind of puts his head down again, his ears like go down. It's
Head
not-
tilt.
Yeah, it's not necessary, is it?
Oh, I think it is.
I think you should tell them, or I will tell them.
Good. At this point, I want to know.
Head down even more. And he says, you tell them, Birdman.
Birdman. What is your name? Do you have a name? I feel bad calling you Bird Thing Man. Thing.
Points his head to the sky and says, you may call me Birdman.
Oh, jeez.
He has a
Well,
weird-
at least now
he has
we-
a weird grin.
Now we have permission to call him Birdman.
Yep.
I'm okay with this. I'm going to write Birdman in my contacts. No, I'm actually not, but I like that his name is Birdman. Continue. Sorry.
Well, now I look like an ass. Okay, Birdman.
From what we hear in the spirit world, from spirit to spirit, is that the sept that the Shadow Lords came from in Europe was called the Jade Fire Sept, and they were pretty good size. It was suddenly destroyed by a thunderworm, which is one of the worst sort of worm creatures around. And this happened right at the apex of the genocide. Like
okay.
when things were kind of even and still kind of playing out, this thing swept through and killed almost everyone from the sept, which was like the size of the sept. So about 40 or 50 werewolves almost did perish, except for a handful. The handful that are here are the handful that survived. The other thing we've heard is that the Jade Fire Sept may have found this thing in the first place and brought it back to their sept and nurtured it and grew it, possibly as a weapon to be used on other werewolves. And it got out of hand, or it woke up, or it attacked and killed them all. But it's hearsay. We don't know. I'm not even sure he knows. And he points to Darktree laughing, and he puts his head down even more. He says, I do not know. But it would be horrible if they did.
So, on top of actual internal conflict, we have the pressures of external suspicion
Right.
and distrust.
So that is why Broadwool does not trust the sovereigns. And that's why he's not overly excited to throw his hat in the ring with them. all that
Oh,
good stuff.
against people. Okay.
With or
Right.
for or another.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially with his son in the mix.
Right, because they could just be
Could he?
sabotaging everything
Could
to
be,
make them
yeah.
look bad and to overthrow. Yeah.
Right.
So what you're saying is to watch out for those guys.
Correct. Or to at least be even keeled about it, maybe take things with a grain of salt, or investigate if they have anything to do or tell you or anything like that.
Okay.
To be cautious.
We appreciate the insight. Mm-hmm. We're newbies.
You are very young, the Birdman says. He takes his cloak of black feathers and shakes them a little bit and ruffles them back around himself. You are very young, but I think you'll be fine.
I got some pretty sweet scars to prove it.
I think we all do.
No, I don't have it.
He didn't have.
You have missing toes, though.
Yeah, I do.
You have pre-scars.
From something else.
We have to retcon that and go back and say during your chicken fight, that thing that you kicked bit your toe off.
All right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
damn it, that spirit. Toe biter.
Toe biter the chicken.
Toe biter, the chicken blooded.
Made off with your toe.
You have sworn eternal vengeance. You might have already killed it, but eternal vengeance nonetheless.
Ate my toes.
Birdman says, you also may want to peek and see what's being discussed here in a minute. Your father has called your brother to talk to him. And you may want to peek in on this and see what's being discussed.
But we don't need to go through. We can just
You
look.
can just peek.
And they can't hear us, see us. they don't know we're doing that?
Unless they're really like looking for it. So you can be subtle about it. You can kind of get back a while. You don't have to be like, what is that? I feel like they're being watched.
Right next to it.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you become so knowledgeable about this?
I've been around a long time.
It just seems like you can sense
Also,
a lot of things.
spirits talk. We are gospers. And the network in the Sept is very tight. We all know each other. We all care for you all because you care for us. This is a pretty awesome place to live as opposed to outside the boundary where it's a little more shitty and
Well, we've been there. It was
things
scary.
can happen. The worm runs rampant and not many of us have survived. I've been here for a very long time.
Okay. I was just curious. We're new to the spirit world, too, so I thought I'd...
Do
So
you
now I
need
know if we
anything?
do something pretty crappy, you're going to find out, or so is the owl on the other side of the Sept.
Correct.
Okay.
And we all talk.
Oh, good.
I mean,
Okay.
it's...
So
Everything, air spirits, leaf spirits, everything talks, everything sees, everything knows.
So are our honey escapades gonna like go down and
Oh yeah, we heard about that.
Our what?
Bear is
our honey
quite full right
escapades?
now.
Well, at least we didn't kill anything.
He's in a sugar coma right now.
Well, okay, that's
He's having
actually that's a good point.
blast.
We need to make sure not to kill things because nobody's gonna not know that we killed things.
Right.
That is correct.
So I'm
So-
glad we didn't stomp out bees. Talked them out of
Yeah.
their honey.
Yeah.
So we do know some of your stories, especially some of you who have been around. We know your past a little bit, but that's what we do. We knew you would all be coming here a couple days ago. We've been watching. We're excited. We're bored. There's not much here. We don't have, what is that? Satellite
TV?
We don't have the Netflix here.
I
Whatever
don't
that
think-
would be in
In 1998.
20 years.
Yeah.
I think cable is just a thing.
We,
Right.
we don't have the video games. We don't have the Sega thing.
The Sega thing.
There is no blockbuster here.
No Blockbuster, no.
Oh, jeez.
So he tells you they're having a meeting probably near where you sleep, in one of the log cabins.
Where is it in conjunction to here?
It's just a couple minutes in that direction. He points in the direction. It's back by the big mound off to the side.
Okay.
There's a bunch of little buildings that are log cabins. And one may be like a little hall where if it's raining or it's really crappy, they would all go sit inside.
I'm going to ask you one more question, Birdman, because you seem super knowledgeable.
He puts his hands on his hips and he looks off to the side.
jeez.
Like a little pose.
Have you noticed anything weird crossing over into the Sept ground in the Umbra?
No.
Thank you.
It's very safe here, it seems like.
All over, not just in certain areas.
Right. There's no corruption, and there seems to be no corruption for a while outside of the area. We did see the truck incident. That was scary.
Yes. Yes, it was.
But trucks travel along that road a lot with weird things attached to them. So it's not something we haven't seen before.
No, I was just curious because we were tasked with,
Yeah,
patrolling,
patrolling.
and if you, seem to know everything and haven't seen anything weird, I feel a little bit better about
Leaving and scoping in on this.
I
Going to
guess
listen.
the strangest thing we've seen in a while was the entity that came out of the cage. We haven't seen him in a long, long time.
Well, he's gone now. Sorta.
Was he actually
Maybe.
pregnant? Did that
Yeah.
was
Do
something?
you know anything about that?
We would have to talk to a bunch. It's been such a long time. It's before I was
Things
created.
about him have been forgotten?
I don't know if time for you. It was before the Imperium. It was before all of that. It's a very long time ago.
As a
Very
character,
long
I'm
time
sitting there going, I don't know what he's talking about, but I have a feeling that I don't understand the time frame that he's referring to. So,
It was before the crack, before the sundering of spirit and reality. Before when there was no Umbra, it was all one. Before the shattering. Very long time ago. But you should go now because I think he's on his way.
okay.
And he looks up, and there's another, like, sort of bigger sparrow sitting in a tree, and he's like, oh, yeah, he's almost there.
Who?
You hear, as you look up at him, they're all sort
Your
of whistling and
dad.
calling, so they're all, it's like their internet chatter today. You're in a chat room, and they're like, oh, he's on his way. Oh, really, is he? Where's
So,
he at?
so Twitter is
He's at the
happening,
door.
is what
Yes,
you're telling
it's
me.
exactly what's happening.
Well, what are we going to do with this guy
He's gonna
while
come
we
with
go
us.
listen? Do we want him to listen?
It depends.
I mean, he doesn't
only
have
one
to.
of you can do this if you want. The rest of you could stay here. It's up to you.
Or
we
we
could
can
all go and
go
only one of you look.
One and look, yeah, or not let him look. I mean,
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can tell
I mean, there's we should probably all go. I'd rather stick together just in
Yes.
case somebody, like accidentally falls back through the Umbra. May not be a good thing to land on the floor there. I just
Okay.
plain and safe.
So you all head off.
Yeah.
All right, it just takes you a couple of minutes and you get to the area, and the buildings here are present in the Umbra to some extent. It's a shadow, but it's the living material that it's made out of. These log cabins look pretty solid. You could still pass through the walls if you wanted, but
I go through a door just by habit because it seems really weird to walk through a wall.
Yeah.
Not really ready to do
the
that.
doors really aren't there. It's more of an open way, but you can, as you get up close.
But
you
it's
can
meant to be
see
a
there's-
portal, so
right.
I'm
It's like a shadow.
gonna go through that.
Okay.
Well, do you guys want me to listen in since it's my dad and I can read cues, or does somebody else want to do it? I don't care.
You probably should.
You probably should, in case you get caught or something like that.
Gnosis?
Actually, that's probably.
It is your gnosis. Difficulties a 2. What form are you in,
Lupus?
Lupus?
Put on your big ears.
Nice.
2. 3.
3.
Yeah, because 2 hits, right?
Yes.
So anything but a 1.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So just 3.
And you don't have any. Oh, it's just gnosis. That's right. All right. She's kind of zones out, and her eyes slightly glow. And you're looking at the septum. People are kind of walking around.
It's so weird looking from the side.
Perception and alertness. Difficulty is a 6.
So it's a 4.
Correct.
Is that right? Perception and alertness, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
I wrote it down.
2.
2. You see your bitch ass brother walking down like he's got nothing going on. He
His
is
collar popped.
He is collars popped. He's strutting.
Both collars.
Strutting. Yeah. He has his.
Oh, no, wait. This is the 90s. So he's got his
98.
visor upside down and sideways.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Damn.
And he's got his.
Frosted tips.
Yeah. Frosted tips, and he's got his Walkman CD player on, and he's listening to
Vanilla
his-
Ice.
Oh my god.
He's
God.
literally Justin Timberlake in NSYNC when they first started.
98. Who would
More
this be? Who would he be listening to?
Does he like rap?
Probably.
Well, that was like.
I do not mean to disparage any rap lovers out there, but he might be listening to rap.
Wasn't that like when like Nelly and stuff came out?
No,
Maybe.
Nelly was
It's like early
later.
2000s.
Nelly was early 2000s. Nelly was solidly in high school for me.
Notorious
he
B.I.G.
probably-
and some of that stuff before they got.
I
He's probably
say-
listening to like the new like alt rock that was coming out. I would imagine because that was all the douchebag music. Like
Nirvana and all stuff was really kind of.
that was grungy. That was earlier.
Soundgarden.
Yeah, like Soundgarden and
yeah.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. More the douchey rock
Or
Nickelbacky
I
type
s-
stuff.
before
Pre-
Nickelback. Also, probably. Oh crap! What am I trying to think of?
98 billboards,
I'm saying just Google it. Yeah, use the
Top
Google
8.
sphere.
which we didn't have back then.
Right.
Use
You
Yahoo.
would have had to look through,
Interwebs.
like,
It was Yahoo and AOL, and
Yeah.
then web crawler.
Yeah, that one time that I realized that what was it?
Savage Garden.
YouTube. Yeah, Savage Garden. YouTube didn't exist until 2005, and I sat there and went, "What the fuck did I do on the internet all throughout high school?" Like,
You
Oh.
chat roomed.
I
That is
downloaded
what we
I did. I chat
everything of
roomed. I
music
spent a
on
lot
Napster
of
I
time
could.
on
No shit.
rathergood.com
Yeah.
and watched a lot of Flash videos.
Right.
Yeah.
This was the
Homestar Runner.
Usher.
Oh,
You
yeah,
would be listening to
Usher,
Usher.
Cisco.
Oh, thong, 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 thong. Hell yeah.
That, I think that was still a little bit later,
Getting
but
Jiggy with It was out with
Oh,
Will
yeah.
Smith.
You know,
Yeah.
because Getting Jiggy with It was around the same time.
Usher, Nice
Yes,
and Slow.
true.
Usher, you make me wanna.
oh, you make me wanna, yeah.
My Way. Yeah, he's probably listening to some good old Usher.
He probably thinks he dances very well.
Coolio.
And he does.
Leo.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
And what was the? That was when Jay-Z made his comeback too.
Yeah.
It was late '90s. See, it all comes back to you when you start talking about Soundgarden.
There's still some boys to men running around out there.
Yeah.
That's late Boys to Men.
Chumbawamba.
Oh my
Oh, God,
gosh, tub
Chumbawamba.
thumping.
Yeah.
So he is bebopping for the young kids out there as he's walking down the middle of everything, and he's like doing the
Oh God.
pointing at people as he's walking around, and they're like,
You guys just see me going.
Oh, and this is like he's got the full headphones on because this is before earbuds were a thing,
Was it?
really.
Well, he can't wear that because he has his visor upside down. So he just has a.
Well, no, because they made the ones that go around the back of your head.
Yeah.
Then you
That's what
just
he's got.
wore them down the back of your head.
Yes.
and as he's pointing at people, people are looking at him like, it is the chief's son. So how are you doing? So he's bebopping along, and you're able to start. She starts trotting along, like looking up and like shaking her head.
You guys obviously know who I'm
Yeah.
seeing.
He spotted him. She spotted him, and she follows him along until he gets to what would be a longhouse or a newer version of a Native American longhouse. And he goes in, and she sort of goes through the doorway, like she hurries through as the door closes behind her. The rest of you can kind of walk through the opening. It's not a big deal. Do you want to get up close? This thing is about the size of a church, lengthwise.
I just want to get to the point where I can hear, just in case something happens. I don't want to end up between
You can
them.
hear really well with
Okay.
your perception. So you can kind of stop right here inside the doorway, or inside the entranceway. And she sits down on her haunches, and he walks up and he's like, "What's up, Dad? Heard you call." And he like takes his headphones out. His dad is just, this guy is like 8 feet tall. He's huge. He's all business suit on. It's glorious Armani or whatever he's got. And he's looking at his son with this like, "I can't believe you dress like that, and you're my son."
I'm the good one of the family. I dress cute and proper and show my vagina
And
my
show your
head at
hoo-ha.
Exactly. He growls in Hamid form, "Mateo, knock it off." And Mateo stops. Like, reaches up and takes his visor off real slow and sticks in his back pocket. There are a lot of people very upset with what you did the other night at the hunt. What? I just said, I just said the first thing came in my mind. What's the matter with that? Mateo, you could have killed a lot of people. Well, it wasn't my fault. I just, and he's, "Shut up! I cannot believe you did this again. You have put me in a very bad position. This is your last chance. If you do something like this again, I don't know what they're going to do. You've embarrassed me, embarrassed the Sept, you've embarrassed the Silverfang tribe with this shit. You've got one chance left. Marcus was your first. You were young. This is a very deliberate fuck up. So this is it." Mateo was not saying anything. He just standing there stunned. "They could do all kinds of things if you fuck up again. You could be leaving. You could be punished for a very long time. And I don't mean sent to your room or have your Audi taken away for a year. This could be some very serious shit you're in. I don't want to hear about you for a very long time. Lay low and stay out of trouble. Now get out." And when he says that, Mateo, he's shocked. He kind of jerks. And he turns around and he starts walking out slowly. Perception and alertness.
You ramped it up to PG-13, by the way.
No.
2.
2. You see he is tearing up.
Oh. I don't feel
And
bad.
he kind of walks past you. Are you going to keep looking, or are you going to bamf out?
I'm going to keep looking to see what my dad does. As long as you can't sense me, which you probably can, so this is going to be awesome.
As he's watching him go, make another perception alertness. Difficulty 8, which is lower for you anyway. So
3.
3, yeah. 3, you're looking at him, you watch your brother go, and you turn back, and your dad is looking right at you, like in the eyes. And he's like, he gives you that look that dads give when
He's mad, but he's sort of proud.
you have climbed up on the counter, on the cabinets to get to the cookie jar on top of the fridge, and he's impressed and angry.
And also a little worried.
Don't say anything.
My character's trying not to laugh.
And get out of here before anyone sees what you've done.
Okay.
He turns
What have
around
I done?
and goes back to a desk.
Spied on an elder.
Spied on an elder during a very serious matter, where he may have said some stuff that probably shouldn't get back out. So do you stop peeking?
Yeah.
Okay.
She sounds
Shakes
so
her
sad
shakes her
about
head
it.
off,
I'm
and she
like-
looks around the rest of them. They're like, what happened? What's going
Yeah,
on?
what happened?
My brother's in trouble. He's got to lay low.
Did you get caught?
Maybe.
Yeah, so we watched the ear, the ears were doing the perking up, following the conversation. Then it's we watched
Yeah,
My
she-
tail
just do the
She looked over her shoulder
tail,
like she was watching someone leave, and then she jerked back to the front. And her ears kind
ears down, tail down,
tail between the legs a little
a
bit.
little bit.
I mean, I don't think he's really mad at me. But I mean, Mateo's taking up all the anger.
Right.
So my antics just look cute and silly.
Well, good.
Shenanigans.
So you get out, kind of leave, dance around in case anyone's in the Umbra watching what you
Well-
guys are doing.
So shouldn't we like take him through now to my dad at this point since we're already here?
Yeah.
we can
And he
always
already
go
knows
back.
that you're
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's going to be a secret that I'm like, hey, what's up? All right, so we do that.
Yeah. Will you take us back through?
Done.
These two.
Yeah.
You guys appear in front of the longhouse, which is
And
the main
I
house.
knock on the door this time.
You eloquently knock on the
Oh,
door.
also before we go back, can I be not in war form?
Yeah, it's up to you
like-
guys. What form do you want to be when you pop through?
Go back to Hamid. I feel like
Homage
Yeah,
is.
Hamid.
Hamid.
I'm going to Glabro.
Okay.
Just gotta be different. No, just kidding.
All right, you guys pop through.
Yeah. What is he? Is he
He's
staying-
in Hamid.
Okay.
Actually, he's in Glabro because he's trying to heal up. No, he's not healing him through all.
Because I gave him 2 heals.
He's in Hamid form.
Okay.
He's not doing good. Knock on the door. Mm-hmm. You're come in.
I open the door.
You open the door, and your dad is sitting at like a desk, looking with one eye arched at you. Abigail.
Yes.
Abigail, he says again.
So
What are you doing?
we, while we were patrolling, all the animals focused on a certain spot. So when we investigated it, we found that the guardians. I'm sorry, I got the,
The
two mixed up.
sovereigns.
The
Sovereigns.
sovereigns. They were watching a fight between the sovereigns and this gentleman here. Something that has to do with what you were talking to Mateo about. Hence why.
they
His shoulders drop a little bit, like, ah.
And they beat him pretty bad, and I convinced them to take it up with you guys instead of killing him. Or hurting him to the point of no return, at least. I healed him too once we got away, but I figured we should bring this to your attention. Right?
considering it was happening on sept grounds.
Yeah. The spirits were pretty enthralled by it, that's for sure.
Especially the beak guy, Birdman.
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 Huh.
We all just say that.
He's
Birdman.
he's been around a long time.
He's really nice. He helped us a lot. He
He
told me to
is-
spy on you, by the way. Trying to soften the blow. You know what? Don't clap at me.
Like, why would you rat out Birdman like that?
He's not gonna get mad at
He
him.
gave us the drugs.
I assumed he wanted us to hear it for a reason. You know what? I'm trying to not be in trouble here.
What
Quit
else
laughing.
has Birdman told you?
That's pretty much it. Just the general.
Manipulation and
Oh, I'm good at this.
you're lying your teeth off.
You didn't tell us that much.
Manipulation and expression or subterfuge.
Subterfuge, I think.
Do I still get my role?
Not with him. Not
Do
with
I
your
get-
daddy.
Don't I get?
He
Can
gets,
I-
he
can I
gets
help-
an extra die on you.
Can I back her up with this? Like, no, really, he didn't tell us much at all.
What do you want me to use?
Because I have
Performance?
manipulation and subterfuge.
Manipulation and subterfuge.
Oh.
What's the difficulty?
Oh, you spilled the beans on him already. The difficulty's going to be 8.
I'm gonna spend a willpower point.
Okay.
I'm going to try to help.
Okay. So you roll first since you're 8.
Okay, yeah. I'm just
That's
like,
teamwork. You both roll.
okay,
Are you trying to, or are you just?
Oh, yeah, I've got it too. I'll try too.
don't botch.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty's 8.
I have
8,
2.
I'm sorry.
I got 2.
I didn't botch.
Yay!
Wait,
I got this.
I didn't help, but I didn't make it worse.
What she said. What she said.
Usually I'm better at that, but your dad's kind of scary.
He's very tall, scary guy.
Made all mine turn to 2s.
I think I peed a little.
No, they were like 4s and 7s, but no, 3s, but
He is missing an arm, by the way, which is even more
Is he?
terrifying. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sad.
Wait, who's missing an arm?
My
Blood
dad.
pool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Neither did I until just now.
I told you, scary.
I thought I told you guys he had you would
I
always
thought
know.
you mentioned
Maybe
it,
you
but
did
I
say it, I
did
just
not
don't remember.
register
Yeah, I don't
like
remember.
in my it didn't attach to my mental image.
Yeah.
What does your persuasion do? Your gift?
That one makes, what did I say? Negative.
Reduces the difficulty.
Yeah. Does that still work?
Do you think he has it?
What a dick. So does that just cancel each other out?
He's a Philodox, and Philodoxes are the
No, the
judges.
Oh.
So I will let you make an intelligence roll straight up.
Me?
Difficulty 6. To remember if you could lie to your dad in the past.
I got a 9. 1, 9.
You know it's almost impossible to lie to him for some reason. It's always like he's always known I've been lying about shit.
Mm-hmm.
They brought the alcohol for us, Dad. Tell me the truth. We gave him money. Oh my goodness, yeah. It's the truth of Gaia. It's a level 1 Philodox gift. Judges of the litany, Philodox may easily separate the truth from falsehood. He would roll his intelligence and empathy. Difficulty equals your manipulation and subterfuge. What is your manipulation and subterfuge?
5.
Oh my
Oh, God.
10.
Can we add all of ours together?
See, that's what I thought. It's... So
Okay,
you can
well,
make
then
your
never
good.
mind.
I'll try.
Okay.
I try.
Roll it.
Again?
How would you get?
I got 2.
2.
And he got 2.
And 2.
2.
And
I
none.
didn't help.
You're like, but he didn't say anything else. And he's like, nothing else. And she goes, and just shakes her head. So he told you about Marcus. And with that, you didn't botch, did you?
No, I didn't watch.
You do this like, "Ooh."
Well, he didn't tell us, didn't he?
He's talking about Birdman
I
and
know,
how much
but-
he told us.
But he didn't tell us everything. He told us.
He told us everything.
Yeah, he told us. But he was getting ready to.
No.
You pointed Dark Street, you just ratting everybody out. Dark Street told us really. That's what happens. You're like trying to lie. And
I know, like that's what I'm assuming is that
it just turns into a terrible train wreck at this point. She's crying almost. Blaze is like, I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry.
we didn't know it would be harmful. We were just trying to save somebody. It's not like we were out seeking. We were like Nancy Drewing this stuff up over here.
I'm pretty sure I've just backed up and hiding
Right,
behind
I'm
everybody
like-
right now.
Everyone kind of sits automatically. I guess it's good you know, because most of the people in SEP know, or have heard something, or since you've intervened directly, this is going to be a little difficult to sort out with them because we just don't trust each other. I don't trust them. They don't trust me. Mateo has put us in a very bad position.
They didn't give me any grief at first. I mean, not really. I mean, I'm sure they will now, but
If I don't punish him to their satisfaction, then yes, now you will take some of that
well,
burden.
but I've talked to him and he's fine with punishment. It's better than being killed out in the middle of nowhere on our sept.
How do you punish someone who does not know what they've done, or we don't know what he's done, or if anything was done at all?
And I understand that, and so does he. Am I not wrong? He understands why. He was willing to get the crap kicked out of him.
He's standing right there.
Yeah, but he's probably not talking.
Darktree does say, I don't know if anything short of my death will satisfy.
I say, the state of the mob that we pulled him out of, I don't think they'll accept any punishment, even if it's leveled justly, which it
An eye
can't
for
be.
an eye, a death for a death.
Well, they can hate me. I don't care.
And, the rest of us.
Well, they're douches.
And we're a pack.
Yeah, sorry. Hope you guys don't mind being hated.
Oh, well.
At least I'm pretty.
So am I.
We're a pretty group, except no toes.
we may call you that from now on.
Well, thank you.
Then you will take him in, and he will be a part of your pack. And he will run with you for now, so you can keep an eye on him. That way his duties aren't to be running around on
Getting
his own.
beat up.
Correct. The wall is very protective, but they are not very tight group-wise. They split up and do their job. That's what they do. They'd be everywhere. So you will have to pull an extra shift a month to help protect the sept and the brawn. But he will have to run with you. He will be part of your pack. What is your pack name? You may want to pick one before the next moon,
Okay.
so we can call you properly.
Pretty and no toes. No,
He looks at you. You may leave now.
don't act like you didn't think it was funny. I hope you
I
laughed.
have a lovely shocked look on my face, and I'm like,
I can't believe he said that.
really now?
I hope he's like silently chuckling after we
You
leave.
can't tell. He's a mountain of ice at this point. He may still be mad about Mateo. You're not sure. And as you start to leave, he says, do not tell anyone about Mateo's situation. And it is up to him to figure it out. Don't even tell him that you were here, that you saw or heard.
Okay. Keeping secrets from my brother is my favorite thing to do.
I thought that
So
was
easy.
mocking him.
Well, it's both.
You guys head back out into the main area, the central plaza. People are sort of doing their thing, and Dark Tree says, "Thank you. I will try to be a good packmate and help out. I just hope I don't get you all hurt."
We do a good job of that ourselves.
That's actually really, really true, unfortunately. Although we also do a really good job of kicking things' asses. I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah. I will agree.
I have some paracord.
Yep. And a machete.
Oh, yeah, you have a machete, too.
Yeah.
And no toes.
I
No
know.
doubt.
Missing a
Because
few
the
toes.
machete.
It was
You
not a
dropped it.
machete. No, it was not the machete.
Some chicken spirit. Chicken eating the spirit. Egg sucking chicken spirit thing got my toe. Sucked my toe right off.
Oh,
I got knocked out. I woke up. I had no toes. I don't know what happened.
You do realize that sounds worse than the machete thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Okay.
All right.
It's a better story.
So you guys are standing around, kind of ribbing each other. The camera pulls back to leave the sept as it is, and we'll call it there for a night.
Okay.
3 experience points.
we didn't
I'd
fight
say
anything again.
Everybody take 4. That was a good session, a good role play session. You did not fight anything this time, and this was a continuation of last time with the bear and the bees. So
But I'm sure we could have fought. We just
yes,
avoided
there
it.
was a very
I was ready. I had all my Ice
we
Echo
rolled
boys out
initiative.
there.
I think it counts. You know.
They would have pretended like they were fighting.
Yeah.
there's a lot of them in that. Let me make sure.
Today is the 20th.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 of them. Wait, 7 of them.
Oh, we would have died.
'Cause they're all
Yeah,
very
powerful werewolves. No.
rank 4, 5.
Yeah.
Most of them are 3.
Would've got
The bottom
asses
level's a
kicked.
3.
Yeah.
This has been a production of Gaming Without Gaming. All rights reserved. You may download only material displayed and identified on the site as specifically available for downloading. Such material is for non-commercial personal use only, provided you also retain all copyright and other proprietary notices contained on the materials. You may not, however, distribute, modify, transmit, reuse, repost, or use the content of the site for public or commercial purposes, including the text, images, audio, and video without our written permission. Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition is property of Onyx Path Publishing. Please visit DriveThruRPG to purchase your copy of the game today.